I would say the language.
Fluid today, so whatever comes out.
Yeah, just pop in
China, but it was
trying to keep myself busy.
then we have to go through
visitor's visa. Like
experiences ko from the US.
Bigat ng pakiramdam na wala akong magawa.
So he got this questionnaire.
People who want to learn more will definitely grow if they take action. Not by merely listening, but by doing. That's the philosophy of John Dewey, right? So those who have just recently heard of the teaching opportunities here in New Zealand, those who are new to my Facebook page and YouTube channel, this live podcast is the perfect opportunity to have a better understanding of the very first step to becoming a teacher in the land of the long white cloud. Wherever you are joining me from, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Feel free to let me know, and others as well who will be watching me at the same time, know whereabout you are in the world if you don't mind sharing that. Tonight, we're diving into an important topic, the very first step in teacher registration in New Zealand for overseas trained teachers like myself, but definitely this is specifically for Filipino teachers because I'm a Filipino. For others, you might have a different pathway and I might not be able to cover that, but Filipinos who are interested in coming over to New Zealand, this is a big opportunity, but it's best to really know specifically what are the steps. And apart from that, there will be more to cover. That's why I'm conducting webinars to equip them. Yeah, but for now, let's delve deeper into what is NZQA, right? I have made a video instruction on the NZQA process way back in 2020, my first year of making this, building this Facebook page and YouTube. Actually, the YouTube channel just started 1 or 2 years later. Yeah. So it's quite an old video already, since many things have changed, like the zero fee, the WES. It's just so timely, I guess, for me to have an update on this because I keep on getting messages and questions, clarifications about process in becoming a teacher to New Zealand. So stay tuned because you'll definitely learn a lot from this. If you don't think you'll be needing this, you'll be needing this, someone you know might. So please don't hesitate to share this with them. All right. I'll try to answer the common questions I'm getting from time to time so that, I'll just refer them to this video and that I'm going to be able to answer them by the time they ask me. So it's best if they just watch my previous videos. I tell you, each one has something that can add value to your learning and to your growth. Right. Where are we going to start? Who do we have here? Let me see. But in case I might forget some questions, because I haven't listed them down here, feel free to drop your questions in the comment section if you have them already, so I would be able to cover them. I really try my best to answer all the questions before I finish. So if you do that as early as you can, then I'll be able to answer them. If a bit too late, we'll see how it goes anyway. And that would be great as well to hear your experience if you've just recently processed your papers with the NZQA, so that our lovely viewers will surely benefit from your sharing. And I thank you in advance for that. This is not for me, but those who are really keen to grow and to come to New Zealand, right? So let's first briefly outline what NZQA is. It stands for New Zealand Qualification Authority. Let's put it this way. It's kind of like PRC in the Philippines. So they monitor, not really PRC, because PRC is just for licensing. NZQA monitors the courses and the offerings, the programs of the tertiary and even high school, actually, to students, so they monitor that whether it is up to the standard of what is expected by the New Zealand. And so if you're coming from overseas because you finished your education outside of the country, they're going to assess your qualification. So when we say qualification, that's the degree you've finished. A lot of people are asking me, what do you mean by qualifications? Because we barely use that one in the Philippines. We use degree, right? So that's equivalent to degree, your bachelor, your master's degree, and your doctoral. Okay, they will compare, they will look at your course outline, your syllabus. As far as I can remember, 10 years ago, 10 years na ba? Yes, 10 years now when I processed my papers. They asked for the syllabus. Oh dear, syllabus and the course outline. So parang they are just the same anyway. But nevertheless, I asked for it from my school and I provided them, and they look at it and they compare it to the specific course outline of that particular qualification. So say you're a primary teacher in the Philippines and you want to be a primary teacher here as well, they're gonna look at two documents, whether they're similar or what are the differences and things like that. As to what specifically they will be looking at, I have no idea, but that's how they do it. Like, what are their expectations? So back then, I can say that maybe they're just looking at some points, and I can only assume, all right? I am not 100% sure about this, but because, here in New Zealand, they would always change the policies, and I am also assuming that it's the same with the programs, because even in high school, they are changing the criteria. If I'm not mistaken, please correct me with my terms. The NCEA criteria or program, however they call that. So if they're updating it, I can only sense that after 10 years, when I process my registration, my NZQA, they have probably updated it as well. So the obsolete learning or obsolete course outline, outdated course syllabus or whatever, they might have scrapped it off and changed it to something else. And so when they compare it to the recent one, there would be a big difference now. So what I'm trying to say is always contact the New Zealand Qualification Authority for more clarification. But my one right now is just an overview and giving you some ideas on how to do it if you're wanting to do it yourself. So let me share my screen. Share screen. I hope I'll be able to share my screen from time to time. Let me probably start with, yes, this is very important because of the recent changes or updates on the New Zealand. Previously, I was just saying New Zealand, which is actually wrong. New Zealand, because of the EA, which is having a long E sound. I'm correcting myself right in front of you guys because I'm not perfect and I'm learning too. I'm growing too. Let me see if I'm sharing this properly right now. Oh, cool. Great. I thought I'll be sharing a different one. All right. Do we have any comments already or questions? Oh, this is always popping up. You can support my page by sending. Nah, don't worry about sending a star. I don't know how to edit that anymore. Of course, I was just exploring before and I was like, let me try. If I'm getting a star, will I get money out of it? And to be honest, I'm not. So I'm not encouraging you to do that. Just try to ignore that. If you have questions, feel free to drop them in. And if you have comments as well, or share your recent experience or the experience of someone else, you don't need to specify the name, but we'll be glad to read that comment so others will learn from it. Something new with the NZQA is the WES, or also known as World. I forgot what it stands for. Give me a minute. I know I've taken notes of that one, but oh, it stands for World Education Services. Okay. I think this just started last year, and I was also surprised because why are they having that? Back in the days, we weren't having this. Just directly submitted our papers. Actually, we emailed it. Although I did my, hang on, I don't exactly remember how did I do it 10 years ago, but I searched it up online, and if I'm not mistaken, I've downloaded their form, filled it in, have my paper signed by the JP or Justice of Peace here in New Zealand. It's equivalent to the lawyers back home in the Philippines, and then mailed it to NZQA. And then when they asked for more documents, supporting documents, I requested them from the Philippines and another paper submitted. But now it's easier because even if you're in the Philippines, you can apply for NZQA. So those who are asking, can we just apply to schools in New Zealand without having the NZQA? It's hard to say 100% yes or no, but it's really ideal to have your registration so you will be more attractive. So take note that you will be competing with other people around the world. It's not just Philippines. It's not just I've got viewers from India, from Pakistan, from Europe, from Canada contacting me even, although a lot of them are Filipinos, but 100 million plus Filipinos around the world probably. And we can just expect that there will be a very strong competition among you guys. So what was I thinking of? NZQA is the beginning, and it's best to start it before applying. It's best to have teacher registration, and this is the very first step. If you delay this, I don't know. I know I've heard somebody who has tried applying for a teaching job, and they're just lucky to be able to get an employer who will support them in the entire process of the teacher registration. But are you going to be that lucky? Because not everyone is as lucky as that. And knowing the fact that a lot of employers would like to have security that once you come here, you will be able to get through the process. And also, the immigration will be your number one enemy if you don't have these papers to support that, hey, I'm a skilled person and I am a competent one to teach the kids here in New Zealand. You get what I mean? I've got some comments here. Hancha Oscar, what is the difference between IQA and NZQA? And IQA is the International Qualification Assessment. NZQA is the agency, and they have different I'm just thinking of the right word to say that, but if I'm not able to explain it to you, I apologize. IQA is the specific thing that you're going to apply for if you're coming to teach in New Zealand from overseas. So it's an international qualification assessment. Because your qualification is taken outside of New Zealand, they need to assess it, and that's the IQA that you're going to get. So it's NZQA-IQA. Thank you for bringing this up, because I've heard in the past someone who applied for NZQA, but they didn't take the IQA, and because there's another term for that one. I'm not sure if I can show it, but we'll go through that again. Hopefully I will remember that question. For now, let's start with the WES as what I am showing you right now, because this is new. And previously, like what I've said, it's only directly applying to New Zealand. And because of so many people applying from different parts of the world, they thought of having a third party to kind of do the filtering, or what do you call this? It's just to lessen the workload of those people in the NZQA, so that they will just focus on those who will get through the WES. I've read a while ago that they were just doing this for 3 countries: Canada, US, and New Zealand, I think. Let me check if Get Started will move us to, yeah, I'm not, oh yeah, I'm still showing it. Cool. So yeah, where will you use your evaluation? So I think there's a specific one that you have to get through. So one thing with the NZQA. Hi, Michelle. Thanks for watching, and feel free, because I know you've done this so many times with those teachers who are reaching out to you for help. So Michelle is also quite confident and competent on this one. Going back to what I was saying. I've recently talked to someone who has undergone a process of WES in Canada, because she's working in Canada. So I'm not 100% sure whether that would be equivalent to New Zealand if she wants to move here. It's best to contact NZQA if in that case. Now, oh dear, sometimes, okay, hang on. So you're gonna take this one, any of this, if you're going to process your papers. I'm not sure with those people, Filipinos who went to the US, if they went through WES. But the first thing to do is to reach out to WES first. So once they get your paper, they start assessing it. There's also another information that says, let's click on this New Zealand. Right, I'm showing that. Start application. Nah, because it says there once. Oh man, let me check it out again. Let me go back. Start application, or click this one, because I know I've read it earlier. So I'm just showing you what the website looked like, and I would like to do this now, but I'm not really into processing my papers. I just want to share this with you. So you just need to log in if in case you have already signed up, or yeah, I think so, and then enter your details. But previously, what I've read is that they're going to reach out to your school, and then there will be like a code, like 6-digit verification code. There will be an instruction that will be given to your school so that they will submit. Okay, take note of this. This is what I've read, but please go back to the website to get the specific instruction. The school will get an instruction on how they're going to submit the papers that they need in order to assess it. In other words, they will not merely depend on the papers you are submitting to them. We're talking about WES, all right? They will need these papers, your qualification, your diploma, your course outline, coming from the school. So it's best that you have a very good relationship with your school, so that there would be a smooth flow of processing of your documents. Okay. If in case your school is not quite helpful, that's when it becomes tricky to complete your process. And yeah, I don't know how to go about it, but maybe a third party, if you tap a lawyer, maybe like attorney Maricel, whom I've invited last time, her son, you can also reach out to him to help you with this one. Or you can also reach out to Job Link Solution. That's Michelle who's leading that, and maybe they can help you out. Or yeah, because I know I can go deeper into this if you need my help, but I'll just refer you to them if that's possible. Otherwise, if you want me, if you feel like I can help you more, I'll try my best, but I'm quite busy now. So I'm just giving you information, guys, for free. Okay, let me go back to that one. So that's the idea of WES. Once you get through that process, they will be the one to forward the information to the NZQA. You get what I mean? So there's no need to worry about what will happen next, but keep in touch with the WES if you have already submitted your papers there. I know it can take longer. For now, it can really take longer. So let's just say everything goes well. What about NZQA? What are we doing now? Let me just go back to other people's question. I'm an overseas trained teacher. Oh, is it showing? Yeah. How can I register myself in NZQA? Do I need anything like PTE or IELTS? No, not yet. Okay, so this is the very first step. Don't worry about the PTE or IELTS. I would say start with the NZQA because be thankful that there is no expiration for this anymore. Back in the olden days, maybe 20 years ago, I don't know, there was an expiration, but now there isn't. With the PTE and IELTS, there is an expiration, which is 2 years. So if you take that ahead of time, and then your NZQA will take longer to get approved or to get the result of the assessment, you might, your English language proficiency test might expire by then when you're about to apply for teacher registration, and they will require you to get another test, if you get what I mean. So me personally, my advice is process your NZQA if you haven't yet. If you're about to take the PTE or IELTS, then go for it. Just weigh up things anyway. Okay, let me just see. Mas okay po ba mag-aral muna ng master's degree bago magpa-NZQA? There are pros and cons. If you wait for later, I don't know if that later will come. That's my point of view. If you have this bachelor already, I'm pretty sure you have your bachelor's, right? Because that's the main thing that they would, how do you say this? They would assess. That's the main ingredient that they're going to assess. And your master is just an add-on. So if your bachelor doesn't align to education, no matter how your master degree is, I'm not sure. So I'm going to leave it there. It's still up to them. And it's up to you whether you wait for your master's degree, because what I know last time is that there will be a separate application for that. It's like you're going to apply for your NZQA for each qualification. And just recently, I've seen that it's a package now. It's back again, because when I processed my NZQA back in 2014, everything was added, my bachelor and my master's degree. And to let you know, my bachelor was level 6. My master's was level 9. And together, because they compared it together, my master's helped my bachelor's, and so I was at level 8, if I'm not mistaken, altogether. For they explicitly said the combination of my master's and masteral fall under level 8. So yeah, that's a good thing for me. But I've heard that other people can still get their registration even if they have this level 6 through discretionary pathway, and that's going to be a different topic anyway. What was I saying here? Secondary license in the Philippines. Oopsie. More comments. Hang on. Where is it? The biology right now. Nagtuturo ako sa Thailand ng English. Okay. And we also have Glance watching from the Philippines. Hello. From Ellerslie. Oh yes, Jinx. Malapit lang tayo. Baka magkasalubong tayo sa daan. Let me know, because you're familiar with my face, my ugly face, that I'm not familiar with you. Let me know. Just tap me on the shoulder and I'll definitely say hi. Mika Bangod from Rizal, Philippines. And Mary Jane Seryosa, hi. I remember, I think you've attended one of my webinars, if I'm not mistaken. Oh dear. I'm just getting older. So that's Michelle. You can friend her on Facebook and reach out to her if you need help. She assists teachers who wants to come to New Zealand to study or to process their papers, but still depends on your skill and your qualifications. But feel free to reach out. You'll never know. Do NZ accept teachers with no masters? Yes, of course. So long as you have finished your qualifications. And do New Zealand accept teachers? Yeah. Sino bang mga kilala ko na wala namang masters? There are heaps. And we've got Rachel Illumina. Can you discuss about teaching council? I'll try. Yeah, my brain keeps working. I'm just thankful it does. Hi, Mom, you're so generous. Thank you for appreciating. I don't know what I'm doing, actually. I was just like, okay, this will definitely be a big help to you guys. So, yeah, we'll see how it goes. So, hopefully, you'll take action. Like what I've said, listening without doing will never bear fruit. Charles. Saan ba tayo? Okay. Am I sharing this now? Share this tab instead. Prepare to apply for an IQA. So like what I've said, Filipinos, check this one. I've heard in the past the PAR. I don't have time to search it up anymore. PAR. Don't get that one because I think it's different. This is the one that you're going to take. But if you're still not sure, I would give you, I will inject a doubt in your head. I might be wrong. So please visit their website and read through. You will learn a lot and you will be familiar with the language that you're using. And you can use those language in your application during the interview, right? Why? Confirm the type of IQA you need. So we see what type of IQA we offer. So IQA means international qualifications, and this is 1 to 10. Yeah, it's actually very explicit here, very detailed on their website. All you got to do is read and take time understanding it. Okay, so when you're submitting your papers here, they only look at your diploma, your course outline, course syllabus, TOR. Okay, don't include these ones. They will just get discouraged and it will consume much of their time and it will take longer for them to assess your papers. Anyway, because of the WES, which is the first step to get assessed by the NZQA, so once it's done with the WES, then you're pretty much quite okay next when your papers is already with the NZQA. Okay, so now they've added the skill shorted list for the IQA, and there's also a standard one. And because you're applying for teaching position here, you're going to click on this teaching IQA, right? Although this would be in the long run, when you get hired, don't aim for this one yet. Please, you want to use an overseas qualification to assess applying for an IQA to register. This is definitely the first one. If you can click both, then that would be good so that you're hitting two birds with one stone. But if it doesn't allow you, just go for IQA. Because I'm not sure, but in my process before, I didn't apply for another IQA for teacher salary assessment, but I'm not sure now. Right. And if you're ready, are you ready to apply? Check the evidence and documents. Check the fees. These are very important things. First and foremost, the requirements, the documents required. So you see there's a video of the explicit instruction as to how you do it. And if you're not so good at listening, you can have the video transcript as well. I'm just going to browse through quickly. We only accept these files format. If you have, JPEG is like a photo. So take a photo of it, save it on your drive and send it. So there's also another content that I would like to make. I've already made a script, but I just couldn't make it yet. I get interrupted so many times, but these are the skills that you need to develop when you want to become a teacher in New Zealand. Aside from the communication skills, which the other expert veteran teachers that I have invited in my podcast last time, communication will be hard if you are not used to it. Number two, I would say, is the digital skill. Because here, applying for NZQA and even learning online will entail require your browsing skill and your digital skills. So if you can convert a document to a PDF, then that would be great. And if you can convert it to JPEG whatsoever, so learn that online. It's just one click away. I'm also learning a lot online by myself. And it's good that they allow now the document format. So yeah, these are the only things that they accept when you're submitting your papers. And it should show in the file that you have, PDF, JPEG, or whatever. If it's not one of these, then sorry, but the online form will not accept it. So if you scan your documents, and yeah, these are the examples that are given. It's already on their website, the acceptable documents. So make sure it's clear and it's not crooked, it's aligned. Make sure your presentation, your documents are also professional looking. Okay. Unacceptable documents. So it's best if it's colored the way it really looks like in the original, in the physical document. If it's like this, so they said it's unacceptable. So make sure to, black and white documents are not acceptable. Make sure to have it in the right look. In other words, blurred as well is not acceptable. Incomplete, especially if it's cut off. Yeah, like this one. So, oh, there's a lot of specific explanations here as to what are required. Okay, here comes another words. More words. Award certificate refers to your diploma. Some people have been asking, what do this mean? So it's your award. Evidence of name change. I think I've applied that to PRC because my first license was under my name when I was still single, and then I changed, so I applied for a name change. See if you can, how do you say it? Can reach out to a lawyer probably in the Philippines on how to do this. Yeah, reach out to a lawyer or someone who has done this already. Passport biodata page. It's the, yeah. I know you can't really start your application without passport. So the very first thing, if you're new, have your passport. Okay, apply it now. And okay, I can't explain for more, but yep, that's very important. And the biodata is where your picture is shown with your name. So that's the biodata page. Transcript, academic record, or mark sheet. So that's good that they've clarified that one. They put the transcript of record. It should be colored as well if it's colored. Yeah, if you request for, what do you call that one? Like a certified true copy, I think they will provide you black and white form. So that can be tricky if you're going to submit that, because remember what they said, black and white is not acceptable. So if you can ask them to have a different color of that one, I don't know. It will take long discussing that one, but have a thought of it. Make sure you keep your records, transcript of records, or your diploma safe, because they are very important documents. If you can take photos of them and have them on your file, on your drive, or send it to yourself on your email. I do that to have records of my documents, so you can grab it anytime you need it. English translation, this is needed when your diploma or transcript of records are in a different language and it's not English. But I think we're lucky in the Philippines because we're using English, I think. I hope there's no school yet that doesn't use English. Related underpinning qualification, what does this mean? Syllabus and course description, trade certificates, evidence of apprenticeship or trade experience. I'm not 100% sure what, because if you're coming as a teacher, apprenticeship, that they're looking at your apprenticeship as a teacher, as a student teacher, they are looking at a certification that you have undergone training. as a student teacher. Here in New Zealand, to give you an idea, they just finished 3 years bachelor, and then they will have the first year BT. They call the new teachers beginning teacher, or BT. And while they're teaching, they're undergoing training for 2 years. So the first year, they will have 1 day every week of non-contact time. So they will undergo courses online or a meeting with, because there will be a program for them. So that's quite intense as well. While they're teaching, they will have this courses to monitor their progress, and that's every week. For their second year, they're still working. If they want to still keep on working, they will have 1 day of non-contact day every fortnight. So once a fortnight, they'll be out of their class doing their courses and catching up with the paperwork that's required for them to be a fully registered teacher. So they are equipping themselves for 2 years. And I know back home, we're only undergoing like 1 term, or let's say 1 semestral training for teachers. Comparing that to their training, it's really different, right? And if you're, eto na, tatagalugin ko ba? Kung bago ka lang from the Philippines, you're an overseas trained teacher from the Philippines, you move here, and you are not classified as a BT, okay? Because you have experienced already. And then you won't have the privileges that they're having because they expect you to know so many things already because you're experienced. You can't come to New Zealand without experience unless you go through a different pathway. Now, your pay might be medyo mataas, 'di ba? Kumpara sa mga baguhan. And ang mga baguhan, let's just say naka 2 years na sila, they are fully registered, at kayo provisionally registered, you will still be groping because kailangan pang matuto ng mga bagay-bagay, but baka mas mataas pa yung sahod mo kasi sa kanila. That's the term for that. And ayun lang, medyo hindi maganda rin sa tingin nila ang ganong klase. When you come here and you're not really that experienced with the New Zealand curriculum, and that's going to be your case. So, yeah, that's what I sense. Kaya tinatagalog ko na lang. Okay, anyway, where are we now? Cutting that short. Just giving you an idea that if you really want to come to New Zealand, please equip yourself well to avoid this kinds of things. Right, zero fee. Ito bago din to. I think it started last year as well with the WES. And zero fee previously was for everyone. I mean, ECE, primary and secondary. Yeah. Pero when they had so many applicants already, aspiring teachers, they cut it short. They cut it back. Tapos nag-focus na lang sila. The zero fee is not unlimited. So it was just good for 200 people as far as I know. And then later on, that's every month until they reach the quote. And then later on, they just focus on the secondary where there is a high demand nowadays. Pero ngayon, zero. Close siya. So yeah, it's a shame if you've missed this one. But I would say if you have resources, because I know we're going to talk about the expenses, the fees later. If you have the resources and you weigh up things, you check your situation with, you have a bigger chance, especially if you're already here, pursue that one, pay for it. Don't wait for the zero fee. I know it's quite expensive. Don't wait for it because it might not come again. And you will lose the chance of, there's a lot of competition out in the education. Ano pa bang sasabihin ko? All right, there's teachers can submit up to 3 qualification. Yan, 200 lang. we reach a total of 1,200 application. So ngayon sirado na siya. Zero fee. Okay, right. New eligibility criteria from 2024 is changing again. Yeah. Secondary teachers only. This is what they have changed recently because I think they have already reached the quota. Ano ba tawag sa Tagalog? For the EC and primary. Ang secondary, ang mas in-encourage pa nila to have more people applying for it. More skilled ones because it's not easy. Kind of students that you have and the NCEA requirements. My goodness. Tips for applying for zero fee. Ayan. Please have a read through. It will greatly improve your reading comprehension, reading skills as well. Your scanning and skimming ability will be enhanced. But I tell you guys, when I first read this, a million times siguro bago ko naintindihan. And now if I'm going to read, maybe I need more time to read through. Okay, next step by step, submitting a zero fee teaching IQA. Because I think just the other day I tried logging in. So let me share this one instead. Ayan, nakalabas ba? Log in. So I think I'm logged in because you have to log in. And the first step is to enter your details. The second page will ask you of your passport biodata page. But because I'm not really going through it, hindi ko na pinagpatuloy. So I didn't complete the form. So I can't really show you how to do it. But I've already given you the heads up of some of the words that you might encounter and what do they mean. And there will be, what do you call this, portions, sections where you're going to enter your explanation as to why and how, like explaining more in paragraph. I'm not sure if it will require in paragraph form, but I remember when I was doing my application, I did it in paragraph form anyway because I'm a professional applying for NZQA. So I've got to prove to them that I meet their expectations. So it's not explicitly said, but I just want to do what I think I need to do. Okay, let me go through the other questions here. If you get level 7 in IQA result, but it is indicated in teaching assessment document qualification does not meet the coordination, does that mean that you need to take discretion? Only the teaching council can say that, I would say. Yeah, you'll never know because so the first thing, if you've got your the next thing, if you get your result, IQA result, is to contact the teaching council, because honestly that also showed in my IQA result back then. I contacted teaching council and I asked them if this is good to go or not, and they gave me advice. So do the same thing, because other people can make the decision anyway. It's the teaching council, so they are still going to look at your possibility of getting registered. So yeah, that's my advice to you, Hides. So hopefully you'll do that. Do I also require to do third-party verification like WES before undergoing NZQA-IQA? I heard it's mandatory. Yep, it says there at the moment, although before it wasn't. Now they require it, so you've got to go through the process. Fingers crossed they're gonna scrape it off, but I don't think so, because it really helps them in assessing the qualified or skillful applicants. So yep. Or if you're still not sure, it's best to email NZQA to get their response, accurate response. Evidence of name change is the marriage certificate. Yes. Oo nga pala, nakalimutan ko yun. Thanks, Michelle. Yeah, I provided my marriage contract as well, because when I finished my degree, my name was still when I was my maiden name. Yeah, that's it. Thanks for that. Kalimutan ko, may asawa pala ako. Joke. First bachelor's degree level 5. Other bachelor's degree level 6. ano mo i-click, ma'am? Can you clarify this one, Adeline? I know you're probably just typing it fast. First bachelor's degree level 5, other bachelor's degree level 6. I couldn't quite get the question. Sorry, if you can just elaborate or add more details to it. Thanks so much, Adeline. I look forward to that. Okay, more comments. Level 7 NZQA description says meet the core knowledge. That's good. But on the subject specialism, it does say not meet the requirements to be considered. Can someone still teach? You can teach if you get a teacher registration. So the one who can answer that would be the teaching council. And don't hesitate to communicate with the teaching counselor. They are just one email away. Because if you're in the Philippines, you don't want to ring them up, right? But here's the good thing. If you're asking for help from someone who's here, especially, they can ring the teaching council without expenses because it's in the country. If you're calling from the Philippines or any part of the world, then that would be expensive. We know that. Emailing them will save you money because it's free so long as you have internet. But if you're in need of answers straight away, calling them would be a good one. But yes, so those are your choices. Call them or let someone call them or email them, whichever you like. All right. Thank you. I'm still waiting for the response of the teaching council. Yeah. So that's the thing when you are emailing, because you will be waiting for their reply. And if they are receiving a lot of emails, I can't tell how long it will take them to get back to you. And if you're just so excited to find out how to know what's the next step, then you want to get the information straight away, right? That's what I do. If I'm in need of answers straight away, I would call agencies here in New Zealand. I would probably wait a couple of minutes, 10 to 20 or 30 minutes, depending on the agency that I am calling. And for NZQA and Teaching Council, with many around the world trying to come and teach in New Zealand, I can imagine how many emails they are getting. So just be patient. If you can't tap those people who are here, and what I know is, you pay for their services. See Attorney Maricel, of course, you don't want to just ask them because that would entail their time as well. Right. Is there anything else that I need to cover? I think this one. Yeah, I think I've gone in last time. And these, oh no, I shouldn't be showing that anyway. So it was asking for an authorized contact. Here's the part here when you're starting your application online where you can add an agent so that they can contact the NZQA, right, on your behalf. And they need an authorization from you. So you can do this together online, or you can let them apply for you, but they need an authorization. And that will probably help your application faster because they can call them, right? Waiting for an email may take a while, depende. So yeah, identity documents, you can't move forward without providing the passport. So if you don't have passport, first, please do that. Don't worry about NZQA first. First, just focus on getting your passport done. I can't move on to this one because I don't want to download, and I'm not applying anyway. But if someone is applying and needs my help, that will really take my time as well. I'll be happy to sit down with you. But I tell you, that's really going to take time. Okay, let's talk about the fees. Ito, syempre, many people are asking how much with it, and it's not cheap. Okay, hang on. May mga tanong pa tayo dito. Patience is a virtue, but sometimes ako, wala rin akong patience sometimes in some areas of my life, and I do things if I can do it straight away. I tried to apply in ZQA last month, and it's giving me options. If it is for my first bachelor's degree, dalawa ba natapos mo? it's equivalent to level 6. The next option is other bachelor's degree, and it's level 6. Oh, so parehas naman silang level 6. Next is master's degree, level 9, then PhD, I forgot the level. Also, if you have the NZQA result, IQA result, contact the teaching council. They will be the one to weigh up things. You know, they're kind of considerate anyway. Like, akala mo, level 6, hindi na matatanggap. You know, if they see that you can, I mean, the students, Kiwis here will benefit from your skill if they look at your other documents, supporting documents, then it's their discretion. All right? Mas mabuti pang atang ano dito, NZQA kaysa PRC, may discretion. Ano ang tawag dyan? Parang considerate pa sila. I don't know. I'm not sure. Or maybe, baka okay na rin ang PRC ngayon. Mika Bangot, yes po. Ay, sorry. I got mixed up with this one. Mayong gabi, Elan. How are you? Yeah, kahit sila ni ay nag-aral din Lan, right? Ay hindi, TER yung inaral mo, but you also process your NZQA. Everyone who are teaching here in New Zealand now went through the process, so you can't get away from it. Sorry. Ma'am, let's say, for example, nakapasa ka na sa NZQA, single ka pa, then you get married before you come to New Zealand. Do you have to repeat doing this? No. NZQA has no expiration. So just use that result. And then sa teaching council, well, just provide the marriage contract if you want to have a change of your name with your new surname. No. Oh, good. Level 5 po. Yeah, it's quite tricky. If your other bachelor is 5 and the other one is 6, because I've heard of level 5 as well back then. And yeah, teaching council na lang po ang magandang mag-comment po niyan. And so the first bachelor. Okay. Yeah. Right. Ito na ang inaabangan ng lahat. Standard IQA. This is for evaluation of one qualification. But again, like what I've said, you are targeting to teach here in New Zealand. So click on the teaching IQA. And in fact, this is the same amount that I've paid when I processed my paper 10 years ago. So parang walang pinagkaiba. Good on you. Sa immigration, ang laki ng tinaas, nag-double na yung residency fees for residency. And the IELTS, I think, and the PTE has also increased their fees. But for teaching IQA, it's just 746, same. But I think because they've added the WES, which you're going to pay, I am not 100% sure whether you're going to pay for it. I haven't checked. And how much will be, I haven't checked as well. Sorry, guys, but please read all the websites. Yeah, this package includes evaluation of additional 2 free standard IQA. So that's good because it's back again, package. Because I remember last time when I processed my NEES, it was in 2019, I think. They've separated it, one different for bachelor, different for master's. It's like an add-on. But now if you can have this package, that will save you a lot, especially if you have more than one qualification. Teaching assessment add-on. Yeah, I don't think you'll be needing that yet. But this is the first one that you're going to apply for. Now, if you're not happy with the result, because it happens, they also add that one in the result. Like if you're not happy and you want to dispute the result, you can. And you will just have to pay, I think, the fee, another fee for that, requesting for reassessment. If they realize it's their fault and you actually get a higher level, then they'll be happy to, if I'm not mistaken, again, go back to their website. I think they'll be happy to return the fees. But if they are sure of their assessment of your result, then they're not going to pay you back or reimburse you. That's what I've read back then. So yes, it doesn't mean that if it's level 5, say for example, and you think that, hey, you should be at level 6 because you know somebody who is similar to your situation and they got a higher one, then go for it if you want to. Okay, anything else that I need to cover? I think that's pretty much it. This is the appeal fees. Oh, that's quite a big amount if you want to appeal the outcome of your evaluation. And you can contact us. Yeah, so that's it. All right. I hope I've given you a lot of information. Sorry, guys, I can't go through the details more on the online form because I can't get through it because I'm not applying unless, nah. Okay. All right. What time is it? Just right on time. Almost 1 o'clock. So if there are no more questions, I hope this gives you an idea, especially, I'm targeting those who are new to NZQA. And yeah, I hope this helps you a lot, clarifying the terms, the words that are being used on their website, and then how to go through it, the skills that you need to enhance more, and the communication, of course, and the digital skills. And there's more when you come here. So I greatly recommend you guys to do so. Improve your communication skills by reading. Um, get to understand what you're reading as well, and also get better with your browsing and your techie skill. Okay, thank you so much. Kapai, Michelle. Kapai. Kapai means good job, right? I would just say that one. Good job. Thank you, everybody. And I hope you will enjoy the rest of your night. You still have some few more minutes. I'm happy that I've finished before 1 hour. Mom, if you're a secondary teacher, mapagturo ka ba ng primary dyan? Yeah, I've been answering this so many times. I'm a secondary trained teacher in the Philippines, specializing in maths, and I'm teaching in primary. I'm enjoying in primary so far. I'm thinking of moving to high school, but I am learning as much as I can in primary because it helps me in my tutorial. A lot of the kids are learning how to wanting help, needing help on how to read, and also their maths here, although the concept's the same, it's different approach. And so I'm learning a lot from it, especially with the structured literacy, guys. The new government, the national government, is now imposing the structured literacy in every school in New Zealand. And I know we're not really doing that much in the Philippines. So if you're wanting to move to primary, if you're from ECE, you want to move to primary. If you're from the Philippines and you want to move to primary, please get to know structured literacy. It's too much. And I've conducted webinar on that one, introduction, and kind of giving them a lot of ideas on how do we teach reading and writing literacy as a whole, and also maths during the holiday. And yeah, the participants were really getting a lot of ideas from it. And I've also posted my form for the feedback on the webinars. I've got few what do you call it, responses. And if you can reply to that one as to what webinars would you like to attend next time, if that was helpful, let me know. Please look for that post and enter your details so that I can craft another webinar that will help you well, because it will really boost your confidence. Thank you, Mika. Thank you as well. And hi, Rahat. Sorry, we're about to go now. Thank you so much, Mom. God bless you. And you've been very helpful. Oh, thank you. I'm happy that it has helped you. But again, if you're just listening and you're not doing it, it's not going to work out. So I hope you will take action now, because who knows, tomorrow will not come anymore. Have a good night, everybody. Bye.